I am the CEO of Kleanbus. We're going to show you a quick video to give you an idea of what it is that we do.
Kleanbus has developed a scalable solution to rapidly convert diesel buses to fully electric, zero-emission vehicles in the most financially efficient and sustainable way. By permanently removing the existing diesel engine, it can no longer pollute our environment. The solution for each make and model of bus has been pre-engineered, prefabricated and pre-tested, meaning it can be installed efficiently with predefined checks carried out immediately after. Drivers, passengers, pedestrians, local inhabitants and the environment as a whole will now benefit from clearer air, and operators will benefit not only from the increased asset value but also from the immediate operational savings, all without having paid a penny up front.
So that's what we do. This is why we do it. There are 5 million buses in the world. 97% of them are diesel. Every single bus, on average, kicks out 38,000 liters of consumes 38,000 liters of diesel per year. 1,000 buses, 38 million liters of diesel. To put that in perspective, there are 8,500 buses in London alone. So when you start to look at 5 million buses and you look at the impact that you can have as an organization, it's a great target, right? Someplace we can really focus. So what does that mean in real terms? So Bob's a fleet operator. He's got 100 buses. He needs to decarbonize because of local statute. A new ADL 400 costs just under £500,000. That's a lot of money for Bob to come up with. Kleanbus has a much more efficient solution, recycling the entire bus, providing an electric drivetrain for 20 to 25% of the value of a new bus. Bob is able to do that for a lot less than if he had to replace his entire fleet with new buses. But that's not all. We want to attack this problem assuming that the fleet operators have no money. They've just come through 3 years of COVID. How are they going to attack this problem? You've got to be able to finance the solution. You have to lean on the assets, which you have an enduring asset in a battery that has multiple lives. You start with mobility, then you can use it in a grid format. That's financeable. So what we do is we target that, and we provide the solution with zero money up front, stepping into a lease for the battery as a service, and potentially rolling up the entire solution into the cost of the lease model. So in order to provide this solution, we have to attack this from the most modular and efficient way possible. The technology that we've developed is a full integration software platform that sits on the VCU, which integrates all of the components that we bring to the solution, and then enables the entire solution to be developed on a pre-designed skid by Kleanbus for each make and model of bus. So we can actually assemble the entire powertrain, wire it up, plumb it up for all the cooling loop, and test it before the vehicle even comes to us. To put that into another perspective, we hit a mile marker this week. We repowered a stripped out bus in 1 hour and 6 minutes. So you talk about scalability, and you talk about efficiency, you talk about speed. That's the type of numbers that we're talking about, and we think we can get a lot faster. So that's what we're looking at in terms of bringing that type of design. We cheat a little bit. The ex-president of IMEC, Terry Spall, is our chairman. So we get to lean on quite a bit of resource to come up with these types of designs. The other thing that gives us a great deal of scalability is that we don't develop components. And the reason we don't develop components is because the fastest technology space in this area is charging and batteries and power electronics. So to enter that space, you have to be huge. And you have to be able to not only be cutting edge, you have to be scalable. To do both solutions at the same time, we think is very difficult and almost indefensible from a scalability perspective. So we focus entirely on the skid design for efficiency and the software. Two of the most difficult parts of repowering itself, and we get to lean on the expertise of giants. So what kind of market are we talking about? If you include the heavy vehicle market, you're talking about an almost $3 trillion global market. There are almost 70 million HGVs, and there's somewhere between 5 and 7 million buses. So let's use 5 million buses. That gives us a SAM of $200 billion. And then we're looking at an addressable market, for us, obtainable market of 8% of that. We think with our scaling model, and we also have a commercial model that enables us to partner and mushroom our assembly facilities around the world, we think that we can start to exponentially increase our footprint in that way, and very efficiently. So why now? Everyone reads the press every day. It's amazing how many stories of environmental damage that we see and the changes in the climate, and there's still so many people denying. I know we're in a room full of believers, so I don't really have to belabor that point. But the impact that we're having on local health due to the air quality is massive. The only city in the world, in fact, the only death certificate that's ever been attributed to poor air quality is here in London. So we locally have a serious issue that we are trying to tackle. And from a social justice perspective, it's just as compelling. The most challenged subcultures in our society are right at where the bus depots are. They're along the bus routes, and they're being affected in an outsized proportion to the rest of the community. So we really need, from a social justice, to attack this. All of that's leading to political pressure, which is leading to funding. There's an enormous amount of government funding attacking this space, particularly if you look at the US, $5 billion for infrastructure, $5 billion for school buses alone. It's incredible what's happening. We're starting to see it here. It's starting to loosen up here as well. This will give you an idea of some of the numbers, but the impact that we can have if we start to achieve the numbers that we think, which in 5 years we think we're going to be able to do over 6,000 buses in a year, that's the type of impact we can have on an annual basis, over 10 million tons of CO2. So what are we looking for? We're looking for some help to move past where we are. We are in advanced stage discussions with some major fleet operators here in the UK. We're being approached every day from around the world. We've won a grant funding for a number of buses, actually, as it happens, in Scotland. So thank you for that. But we are in the beginning of our journey, and we really would like to get involved with some people who are willing to start out the journey with us and stay with us. Happy to take any questions if anyone has any. Thank you.